Hi, gang. So guess what? We're trying something new this semester because of this coronavirus business. So in lieu of giving you a speech in front of an audience in a live classroom and having to move around like you just saw in terms of my lecture on delivery, we're going to be doing podcasts. Now, if you look at our delivery lecture module on Canvas, you'll see an example of a podcast, and that person, the announcer, is going to show you exactly how to do a podcast right from your phone. What I'd like for you to do also when you're looking at that is watch how he sits at his desk and gives you instructions on how to use a podcast. Now, using podcasts, this is your generation. You want to practice using podcasts. You look on your Instagram. You're always looking at yourself and how you look when you're giving information, when you're giving speeches and the like. So if you're sitting at a desk and you're doing a podcast, what do you want the audience to get? Do you want them to get a whole view of what it is that you're talking about? That way they get your gestures, they get your facial expressions, they get your body language, so they know that you're engaged. Or do you want them to see just a little part of you? Do you want them to see just your face? The thing is that if they see just your face, they can't tell about your body language or your gestures. So you decide how you want to share that podcast with the audience, and you look at it when you're done filming yourself. Look at it to see which do you think is most conducive to your audience. But I would suggest that you have it lower to your desk so you can have your hands on top of the desk, and that way it gives you an opportunity to gesture. All right, so you get to play around with the podcast. This is your generation. You've had the Instagram in front of you. You've had all kinds of social media. You pretty much grew up with the cameras in your face. Here's an opportunity for you to show me what an effective podcast looks like. Okay, so you have free range. I would just suggest put the tables down, have your hands on top of the desk. If you do have your hands on top of the desk, don't keep them on top of the desk. Don't lean on it, just like we typically do with a podium. Keep your hands behind, shoulders back, like you're interested, because if you're looking like you're interested, the audience will be interested. Okay, so that's all I have in the podcast. Make sure you watch on the second part of the delivery the podcast instructions themselves, and that way you know how to put a podcast together with your phone. All right, I look forward to seeing you podcast. Have a good day, everybody.